Hello, people. I welcome you once again to my YouTube channel. I'm DidiStrides, and this is Voice of the Conscience, and I'm still on Pandora Paper series. And today I will be answering the question: what is the crime in owning an offshore company? What is the crime in owning an offshore company? Now, if there is anything that the Pandora Paper revealed to us, is the fact that this is a common practice amongst the world's most richest, powerful, and influential people. Okay, it's a common practice amongst them to own and run an offshore company. All right, there are many legitimate reasons for doing this apart from the crime aspect of it. But what I want to look at actually is what is the crime in doing this? What is the crime in running these uh, offshore companies? All right. The Pandora paper actually have the names of many over 300 politicians in Africa, names of sitting presidents and previous presidents of the world. You have names like Vladimir Putin, you have names like Tony Blair, you have names, many names like that. Okay, so let's take time to look at in this video what is the crime in running an offshore company. All right, and to help me do this, I'll be citing a quotation from BBC News. Okay, you can go check it up. The BBC News offered a simple guide into understanding what the Pandora Paper saga is. Okay, so you can visit the BBC News and also read it up for yourself if you've not seen that article before. Now, uh, I read, although having a secretive offshore asset is not illegal, using a complex network of secret companies to move around money and assets is the perfect way to hide the proceeds of criminality. So the concern here, owning a shell company or owning an offshore company is not illegal. But the concern here is that criminals take advantage of it. Dubious people take advantage of it, especially politically exposed persons take advantage of it to siphon public funds and divert it into private accounts outside. Okay, so in such a way that they cannot be traced. You know, people use it for money laundering. A lot of people use it to sponsor terrorism. A lot of people use that structure to do all kinds of illegal things. But the structure in its own, having a trust company to help you register an offshore company is not a crime. There are many reasons why people could do this. All right. Like I've said in my previous videos, people could do it as a way to back up their wealth. Okay. If you are operating in a country where the government is unstable, the economy is unstable, it will be wise for you to actually back up your wealth in a more stable economy. So that is why many people do this. Some other things is to avoid being a target of crimes and criminals. Okay, because if you uh, uh, have all your wealth in a particular area, if your wealth becomes very noticeable, you can become an object of a target for criminals and all that. So people do it to hide away their wealth. Okay. Many people also do it in a way as a way to obtain finances, and other people do it as a way to control their conglomerate, their businesses around the world. So there are many other reasons why people could do this without. But the problem here is that criminals hijack the system, okay, take advantage of the provisions of the law, of the loopholes in the law, okay, to use this same structure to siphon public fund, to divert it into private account, and then to use it to buy properties abroad and all that and all that. Okay. Now, this is not the very first time that we're having leaked information. Remember the Panama Papers 5 years ago, and since then there have been other smaller leaks here and there revealing the dealings of these most powerful people around the world. Okay, let me read also from BBC. You say there have been repeated calls for politicians to make it harder to avoid tax or hide assets, particularly following previous leaks such as the Panama Papers. Now, I want you to understand that uh, tax avoidance is not a crime, it's not illegal. What is a crime is tax evasion. All right, evading tax. That is what is a crime. That is what is illegal. Tax avoidance as a businessman, it's if I decide to set up my business, okay, in uh, a low tax jurisdiction that will help me make more profits. I don't think there is anything wrong in that. There's nothing illegal about that. What is illegal is completely evading tax, refusal to pay tax, okay? Or your due tax as at when due. That is what is the problem here, okay? Now, I'm still reading from the BBC. It says, how easy is it to hide money offshore? All you need to do is to set up a shell company. And I've also explained what a shell company is. You can make reference to my previous videos to understand what a shell company is. Okay, all you need to do is to set up a shell company in one of the countries or jurisdiction with high level of secrecy. This is a company that exists in the name only, with no staff, with no office. It costs money though, but there are specialist firms, trust companies. Okay, there are specialist firms are paid to set up and run shell companies on your behalf. These firms can provide an address and names of paid directors, therefore leaving no trail of who is ultimately behind the business. So you now understand that it is set in such a way that the owner of the business is quite invisible. Okay, all right. Like we said, there is nothing wrong in having an offshore company, or it's not illegal to have an offshore company. It's only illegal to use it as a way of perpetrating crime, which some of the crime is what we have mentioned. Um, what we have mentioned, like tax evasion, like sponsoring terrorism, like money laundering. Okay, there are many other things, crime like that. So, but apart from it, there are other legitimate reasons why people use this structure. All right. Another concern about this is what BBC is saying. How much money is hidden in offshore? I read directly from the BBC. It is impossible to say for sure, but estimates have ranged from 5.6 trillion to 32 trillion. That's a huge sum of money, according to the ICIJ. The International Monetary Fund has said the use of tax havens costs governments worldwide up to $600 billion in lost taxes each year. Okay, and Miss Kumar said uh, said it is detrimental to the rest of the society. The ability to hide money has a direct impact on your life. It affects your child's access to education, access to health, access to home. Okay. Now, the criticism of this is that many people are saying that when money are hidden, okay, are hidden and they are not taxed, all right, and they are hidden in these tax havens, that it has a direct detriment on the development of the economy. Um, as such, people cannot go to school, or people cannot benefit from it, because when this money is hidden away in offshore accounts, it is of no benefit to the people of that that country or that jurisdiction. That's what people are saying. Now, it will have a direct impact on the educational system, the healthcare, and many of such. So, what do you think about this? Do you think it is really true that when this money are hidden away in offshore accounts, that it actually has a direct impact on the living standard of the people? Okay, uh, are you in agreement, total agreement with this? Or do you think is just trying to exaggerate this issue and make it? Because, for one, if there is nothing illegal about it, it means I want to believe that these are earnings, okay? Due earnings of some of these due earnings of some of these rich men, and I want to believe that they also pay their taxes. Okay, it's just that they've been able, like I told you, been able to take some of this money and hide it away in offshore accounts. Okay, but having said this, it becomes more controversial for politicians or politically exposed persons. Okay, because many politicians in the time past have used this as an opportunity to divert public funds and hide it away in offshore company. We have cases even in our country here in the time past. Okay, so this is my take on it. All right, so what do you think about it? Write your comments. Thank you for watching, but please, please, please support me by uh, clicking on the link on the like button and the notification button, and then subscribe to my channel, because often I'll be coming up with this kind of videos. Right now we're doing Pandora series, but I can tell you there are many other series, very interesting, educative, and informative series that will come up on this channel. A lot of things are on the ground, and you will benefit from quite a lot of informations that will be shared on this channel. Support me so that I can grow on YouTube, so we can come up with something better. This is DidiStrides, and I want to say thank you so much for watching, and please comment. What do you think about what have been said? And I will do as much as possible to actually reply your comment. Thank you so much. DidiStrides signing out.